Welcome. This is Scorecard live on Citi TV. What a weekend of sporting action it's been. Mostly on football, of course. If you're a Hearts of Folk fan and a Man United fan at the same time, you do not want to go to work on Monday. This has been an awful weekend for United fans and for for Hearts of Folk fans as well. As the first game against WAC without Athletic Casablanca, that match is, I'm not even sure if it's come to an end. By the time I came here, it hadn't ended. But they were down 6-1. Unbelievably. They're out. Over now. Losing by 6 goals to 1. We'll try and show you some of the goals. Some people were typing on social media, stop the count, when they got to 5. Not good. United played at Old Trafford as well against their bitterest rivals. That did not end well at all. At all. Goodness me. Brothers and sisters, hey, we'll get into that. But here at home as well, the Black Queens were in action against Nigeria. They won by 1-0. Wasn't enough to take them to the next round of the qualifiers. We'll try and show you some highlights from that particular match. In Italy, Juventus and Inter Milan shared the spoils in the Derby d'Italia. Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund keeping tabs on each other at the top of the Bundesliga. And in Spain, there was a first El Clasico without Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo for the first time in almost 17 years. It's incredible how long it's been, but it was Real Madrid who came up on top. And then, of course, in F1, well, Lewis Hamilton did all he could, but Max Verstappen held him off to win the US Grand Prix, and now he's extended his lead at the top of the championship with 6 races to go. So it's been an incredibly packed weekend of sport in action. You can join the conversation here on the show. Use the hashtag Scorecard on Twitter to let me hear from you, your thoughts on what's happening. Chelsea's thumping 7-0 victory, Mason Mount taking them to 7th heaven. Man City making light work of Brighton. Thomas Partey's first goal in the Premier League, turning the Emirates into a party, if you like. So there's a lot that has happened this weekend. Let me hear from you. The WhatsApp number is also on your screen. Preferably, you leave your message with the hashtag Scorecard. I'll retweet them and then share as many of them as possible with the rest of our viewers. My name is Fentio Tahiru Fentio. We'll take a short break. When we come back, I introduce my 2 guests and we can start showing you some highlights. This is Scorecard live on Citi TV. My name is Fentio Tahiru Fentio. For the next 90 minutes, we will show you highlights from across the globe of all of the sporting action that's happening over the weekend. And we'll put some perspective on them. That perspective will be done by my 2 guests, as usual, Christopher Nimley and Daniel Cranting. Hello, guys.
Good.
Chris, I'll begin with you as usual. How are you?
Good.
Huh?
Good.
That is unusually short good.
Good.
Good. Wait, how many O's are in that good?
Good.
That's 2.
Good.
Oh, no. You're good.
I would have been perfectly good if Hasselhoff had not lost.
Right.
I predicted last week here that Liverpool beat United good. Everybody who watched the show,
yes.
Remember,
in fact, you predicted that they were going to even lose on Wednesday.
On Wednesday, and the signs were clear. But the Hasselhoff defeat, good.
Your shirt is very nice. I like it.
Very nice.
Yeah, I like it. It's
my wife bought it for me.
You want to advise me again?
I bought my shirt myself.
That is where the problem is. That is where the problem is.
But my girlfriend also got me a nice watch.
Don't worry, I'll buy the ticket for you to go and see her.
But this is not the watch. This watch, Caveman gave it to me.
I say,
it's a nice watch, customized.
I'll buy you that
watches.
ticket.
Huh?
And when you go and you come, and you still come and behave this way.
Namely, I will marry and put you to shame.
Do you think if you marry, I'll be so happy for you? Because I'll be welcoming you into the light. A light that you don't see. Oh, Charlie. You are walking blind. When I talk, you don't listen. You're a blind man.
Oh, no. Will Natalia be welcome to the wedding?
Look, in fact, today, if this man doesn't tell us who Natalia is, don't ask me any questions. If I don't talk today, it's because this man has refused to tell me who Natalia is. Anybody who watch this program regularly, virtually listen to Sports Panorama.
Yes.
Man, who is Natalia, man?
No.
What is this, man?
Daniel, who is Natalia?
Before the end of the show.
Whole world, no, the whole world is watching.
Before the end of the show.
Is she your country?
It's okay, let's go on with the show. Daniel, hope you had a good weekend.
Yeah, until today.
Until today?
Yeah.
You support both halves of weekend?
Of course, I've taken 11 goals by school.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. All right. Anyway, let's begin here at home. The Black Queens of Ghana were in action. They played against Nigeria's Super Falcons in the 2022 Women's AFCON qualifier. That match was the return leg after the first leg, which the Queens lost by 2-0. That match was played on Wednesday. They needed to overturn it, at least score 2 goals, 2 unanswered goals, to stand any chance. They did win the game, all right, but it wasn't enough. Take a look at the goal they scored.
Still dangling in there as the Ghanaians come forward. A shot on target. This should be a goal. And the Ghanaians have pulled one back. It's Prinsela Edubia against the run of play just when the second half started. So she gets a comfortable hug from Coach Man Utd Kwaku in the second half. Gift Nyakno. The ball has still not entered the goal net. The shot is over and over it goes. Oh my word. Corner kick advantage to the Black Queens. Appeals for the handball. It would not play. It would not count.
All right, so the Black Queens won. Personally, I was at the stadium. The best performance I've seen of any Black Queens team since I don't remember when. This is only their second victory against Nigeria in history. So it does tell you a lot. Unfortunately, wasn't enough to take them to the next stage. Nigeria will progress to the next round where they will play the winner of a Niger versus Cote d'Ivoire game for a place in a 12-team tournament in Morocco next year. That game, or that tie between Niger and Cote d'Ivoire, the first leg was away from home in Niger. Cote d'Ivoire won by 9-0. The return leg is on Monday, so you can get your guess is as good as mine. Chris?
Yeah.
That's it. You were very passionate about this last week on Panorama as well. They showed up. They fought really hard. They won 1-0, but in the end, wasn't good enough.
I'm not surprised we've been booted out, but it hurts that these girls are doing everything they can on their part.
Yeah.
The coach, Messi Tego, the girls themselves, putting in every effort just to, because you see what, look, they know the importance of what is at stake. But unfortunately, the people managing our game, they don't know where we are. They don't know where we have to be. And they don't know how to get to where we have to be. That is the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Look at the sort of preparation we have given to these girls. When a key member of the team speaks out against the preparation we have given to them, when she compares it to the very team, Nigeria team that will be playing, the sort of competitive, high-profile games that the Nigerians were playing, we were sleeping in the household. Sleeping, doing nothing. And when a key member of the team speaks about it, she comes nowhere near the team.
She's left out.
She's left out.
That is petty.
Very petty. Because whatever that little girl said, she didn't lie, for heaven's sake.
Of course. And it came out of a place of care.
Yeah. That's it.
A place of passion.
That's a passion. Look, you know the opposition we are going to be facing? As players, we ourselves know how Herculean the task is.
Yeah.
Because we are being asked to qualified to the next stage at the expense of the champions of Africa. The most dominant footballing nation when it comes to female football in Africa.
Yeah.
And even they start as favorite. Look at what they are doing. Look at the preparation they are doing. Look at the quality of opposition they are competing against. Preparing themselves for this game. And we are there doing nothing. When that little girl speaks out, she's made a scapegoat. Now you cannot keep your mouth shut. So no matter how important she is as a player to the team, they brush her aside.
Yeah.
This country, the people running our football, these are the only people who thinks that they can do things against or contrary to the norm, what everybody is doing.
What is scientifically proven
What
to
is
work.
scientifically proven to be the proper method, the method to get to the next level. Our people there don't think so. They
So
think
you're
they can
saying that the Queens
bypass-
were not helped at all?
Did they help them? In your view, were they helped?
Because I mean, watching the game today, Nigeria were there for the taking.
They were there for the taking, but see, because we are not helped these girls, they couldn't raise the game to the next level. And in games like this, it is when you are able to up it to the next level, where your opponent can no longer live with you.
Yeah.
That is where
because
you get
today, honestly, the competition was mostly heart and soul.
Yes.
They put everything in it,
into
but
it.
the tactics were lacking a little
lacking,
bit.
because you see,
the
the
movement wasn't
movement-
sharp. It was,
When
the
did we
chemistry
finish?
wasn't there.
When did we finish our league?
The women's league, like July, several months ago. And that's the other problem. And the selection was another big problem because the only team in among Ghana's women's team that is playing currently is Azaka's ladies. And they're even the only ones that are training because they have CAF assignments. They
Even
played a
them.
tournament. They
When is
won.
the last time
and
they
you
played
had
that
only
tournament?
two players
Just
from
two.
Hazaka's ladies
In the team.
in the team. How does that even make any sense?
It doesn't make sense.
You
I
want
would
the
have looked-
fittest players.
Look, I would have repeated what Jones Atukwe did, whether he was right for doing that or not.
You
When
don't
he
even
used-
need to lift the whole team, but you need at least
I would
there
have
are
used-
players there that are quality.
I would
Someone
have
like
used-
Priscilla
I would have
Edubia,
used them as
she's
the core,
starting. She
as
doesn't
the
play
core
for-
of the team.
Yes.
At least minimum 6 of them will start.
Yes.
6 of them will
Daniel,
start.
your thoughts on this?
Of course, it's sad. And what coach is saying is sad. And what pains me is that at the end of the day, the faces of the defeat are these girls who just wanted to do their best. They are the ones who go down as the Ghana team that lost out to Nigeria, the Ghana team that didn't qualify for the Women's AFCON. And it's not fair to them. And it's not painful, but annoying because when all these things were happening, everybody was pointing it out. You had the captain of the team come out and speak out. And you see, that is leadership. I don't care how you put that, but that is leadership. That is somebody who is away on club duty, but can see national team opponents in the next 5 months doing things that she expects her national team to be doing. Points it out that, guys, let's get these things together so that we are better prepared against them. And then she's punished for it by not being able to help her team qualify. That's the best player and the captain. And we had a number of players who were also missing because, of course, we've heard that they were in support of the captain. That's why they didn't get a place in the team. And look, it makes no sense at all. Now, what even annoys me extra is that when the Black Queens were invited to play in the Aisha Buhari Cup, the people running our football made it look like now they are working. Look, that competition was organized by the team who are. It was organized by the Nigerian, what's her name? First lady.
First lady,
That's her competition. And
She's
she
doing
chose
you a
to
favor.
look. She chose to invite. She's doing you a favor. You are not working. She's doing you a favor and invited you to come and play. And that is more fitness games even for the Nigerian team because they had more opportunity to face their peers. And you see, it's not fair. It's really not fair because I'm always doing this comparison between the men's football and the women's football. When it comes to their attitude towards the game, the sort of approach that they take into the game, they are the purest bunch you can get. They are the bunch when you go to the maidens, the princesses, the queens. They are the group of players who go into a game with the sole purpose of just making the country proud. First, before anything else comes into play. So when you think about the fact that some of these girls started talking about promises that were made to them years ago that have not been paid, you understand why they are frustrated. Because look, they are doing everything possible. When it comes to male football, money and things are sorted even before they go.
Of course.
Money and things are given to them just for winning one match, winning bonuses, even before it comes to the end of tournament bonuses and things like that. So look, it is just a little effort they want to, just small, something little, just to push them on. And just as you said, this game, Nigeria were there for the taking. After all their preparation, they were literally there. Yeah. And all we needed was just a little, look, the next gear. Yeah. But we didn't have it in us, just because we were ill-prepared for this game. And of course, in football, if you go in ill-prepared, you by all means be punished.
Interesting. So anyway, for the first time in, I don't know, the last time Ghana failed to make this competition. I don't even think they failed to make the competition in the history of the competition. So it's really going to be quite a shock to not have Ghana at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, one of the best women's football teams on the African continent, missing out. One of either Cote d'Ivoire or Nigeria will also miss out. And at the moment, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, and Ghana are three of the biggest women's football teams in the continent. There's 5 of them. South Africa, they've had 6 of them. South Africa, Zambia, Cameroon, Nigeria, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire. These are the top 6 African countries when it comes to women's football. We won't have at least 2 of them because of the qualifying format. And if I were to put my neck on it, I would say Cote d'Ivoire will knock out Nigeria. So imagine a Women's Cup of Nations without Ghana or Nigeria. The 2 teams that literally started this competition. Incredible stuff. Anyway, let's move it on to another Ghanaian team. This time, Accra Hearts of Oak. When they touched down in Morocco, they said they were there for a national assignment. I wonder if the nation will take the embarrassment as well. They took a 6-1 pummeling at the hands of Wydad Athletic Club. We've got some of the goals to show you. They won 1-0, needed to protect that. It didn't happen. And unfortunately, this is the result. So there you go. Daniel, talk me through the goals here. This is the first goal. And he came under what, 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Brilliant header. The marking was lacking. Quite poor. I'm not sure what the House of Folk defense. There were more red and yellow shirts than there were. And this is the second goal. Free kick right under the player's legs into the back of the net. Attack didn't read that. The House of Folk players are blaming each other. I'm not sure whose fault that is. That is 2-0. And it is not even 20 minutes yet. By the time it's 20 minutes here, another header, boom, 3-0. It was easy. Easy peasy. That's 3-0, and it's 20 minutes into the match. They already lead by 3 goals to 0. Then Hearts of Oak caused a penalty, and there you go, 4-0. Atta is sent the wrong way. This is 40 minutes, 3-0. It's an average of 1 goal every 10 minutes.
And then in the 50th minute, the 5th.
There you go. That was 4. This is the 5th goal. No Hearts of Oak. Look at the defense. What are the oh goodness me! This is embarrassing. This is goal number 5. Stop the count. We can stop the count now. This is enough. Nimli has seen enough. Oh, and there you go. That's the 6. That's it. It's even doing. So, oh goodness. Okay, that was 5.
No, this
was number 1. Okay, this was the first goal. Anyway, so guys, you've seen everything. Daniel, in fact, let me start from you. You were keeping an eye on this game as well. Nimli said he was fine until this result. I'll come to him. But, Cransing, 6-1. Hearts of Oak got a goal, of course. Patrick Razak scored that. So it ended 6-1. And that is 6-2 on aggregate. Just like Esperance did to them some few years ago. Winning 5-0 and then drawing 0-0 here. It's happened again. Daniel, what went wrong? I mean, we all agreed that don't concede in the opening 20 minutes and you stand a chance. 20 minutes later, 3-0.
Remember last week, at the end of my submission, I said, first of all, don't get carried away by this performance. Waka, a completely different team away from home. And you still have to respect them. And the approach in the second leg will be very key. Interestingly enough, Hearts of Oak supporters after the first game, we had a Twitter space where we were discussing what would happen in the second leg, how we should approach the game. And I told the guys that I honestly felt that, of course, we should have won by more goals in the first leg, but we didn't. It was just 1-0. And what can score in 1 minute? So personally, I thought the approach in terms of defensive organization should be the key. First of all, I think today the starting lineup selection was wrong from the off.
What was wrong with it?
It was just too attacking for me.
Okay.
And you see, yes, you played very well in Accra, but it's two different situations. You need to understand that in terms of fitness, you are not up there with them. They are better than you, and there's nothing wrong with accepting that they are better than you. They have more experience on the continent than you. The Hearts of Oak team of 2000 is not the same team today. It's completely different. Do you get me?
Yeah.
The pedigree is still there, of course. It's still attached to the name. But the circumstances are totally different. So then, you needed to understand that and approach the game in that manner. Defensive organization and defensive solidity should have been the key. Start with a strong defensive setup.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't concede. You see, everybody will say the best way to defend is to attack. That's when you are extremely good at attacking. Seriously.
Yeah, no, it's true.
If you are very good at attacking, very good at possessing the ball, and you can outdo your opponents in that regard, that is when you go out and attack teams. Not when you are playing away from home in a team that has individually better players than you do.
Yeah.
A team that is better experienced, better coached, whether you like it or not. It's the
because
fact.
he's been there, done that.
He's been there. He's done that.
Yeah.
He's won the competition. He's been winning the league. He's done that. He plays in a way better league than you, with way better competition. So you understand that, and you approach the game that way.
Know your level.
Know your level. Make sure that you don't concede. And in doing that, frustrate them.
Yeah.
We spoke about this thing. You don't go into a game in Morocco, away from home, against Wydad Casablanca, and try and play with them. I was not impressed with it. People were saying, oh, but we are playing. It's not about playing well. It's about qualifying.
Of course.
Even if you go out. You see, and this is something...
local football is different from...
This is something, I think it was Conte who said it. The season where Chelsea went away at Man City, played an ugly game, got beaten 1-0. And then the following season, Sarri came in, played a nice game, got beaten 6-0.
Yeah.
That 6, everybody will remember it.
Of course.
But that one, it can be forgotten. It was 1-0. You didn't play well. Cool. But you were not disgraced in a game where you knew that if you opened up, they would disgrace you.
Yeah.
There's nothing
wrong.
wrong.
Under Conte.
There is
he went in knowing he would lose,
look,
but he went in limiting the damage.
Look, there is nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong with playing ugly and escaping with a decent scoreline. You could easily have played ugly and at the end of 90 minutes, it's 1-0 or 2-0.
Yeah.
You can hold your head up high because at the end of the day, they were better than you, they were fitter than you. You were set up from the beginning by the organizers of the football in your country. Set up from the beginning because you played 2 legs without any proper competitive football.
Yeah.
And you went out there and you escaped with decency. But this is not fair, first of all, on the management. It's not fair on the fans. It's not fair on the players themselves. Because I was watching their body language today and it was sad. Look at the free kick goal. The ball goes in under 10 minutes, 2-0, and everybody's screaming at each other. You should have done this, you should have done.
Like,
if
how
I'm with that, I know
I've
got you. Look, the inexperience was clear. Look,
I thought it was just basically his biggest contribution was taking the ball from him.
And I was sad for him because it's not his fault.
Yeah.
Look at the fourth goal they conceded.
Yeah.
He didn't know if to go and mark the player who could have been squared to. He didn't know if to come out of his pole. He didn't know what to. It was a 4-against-2 situation. 4-against-2. Yeah. And at that time, you are losing 4-0. So what are you attacking for? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
At that time, what are all of you
going
going
into?
What was the
marking here? The nature of the goal. Namely, you are a technical man. Look, take me to the nature of the goals.
Look, you see, at times when I speak, people think I have issues against the Football Association. Today, I will state here, the people running our football, they are all my friends. In fact, I have worked for somebody who is very close to the FA president. When I call him right now, he will settle me. But you see, when it comes to serving your country, there's nothing like friendship. You see the goals Hearts of Oak considered. Look, they were all lack of situational awareness.
Look at Caleb. He's just standing there.
Because he's not aware of the situation. It isn't a situation where
he's used to. That he's seen before.
He's seen before. The last time he experienced this competitively, domestically, was about 4 or 5 months ago.
And the mind can forget.
And you see, football is such that when you train and you play competitive football regularly, the mind...
How did this happen?
Look, now stop it there. Stop it there. Stop it. Stop. I wish we could stop it there. Bring it back a little bit. Look at the recovering of the Hasselhoff players. You see? Bring it back. Bring it back.
Yeah.
Now, the pass was there.
Go.
Let's go. Let's go forward a bit. Let's see the pass. Now, look at the pass. Now, stop.
Yeah.
Look at it.
1,
3 white shirts, true or no?
They are all on goal. The Hasselhoff players are nowhere to be seen. Now, roll it on. You will see the lack of fitness. Now,
look at
stop it there. Stop. Now, look at it. Only 2 Hasselhoff players
have managed to
recover to recover their breath.
It's kg.
Do you blame these boys?
But look, 4 against 2 in your own penalty box.
I am pointing out the situation.
This is bad.
The ball was passed. Now, if the team is fit, granting, this is not the sort of recovery you will see.
Yeah.
Look, the ball was passed on the onset. We saw 3 Wydad players all through on goal.
Yeah.
You should see the Hasselhoff defenders running back. But look at this. Stop it here again. There were only 2 Hasselhoff players of the entire team
in their box
could recover and get into their box.
Are walking.
This is embarrassing. The rest, how do you get into this sort of situation?
Look at Adosoa.
The rest are all walking. This is Hasselhoff.
Adosoa, the center back. Yeah.
Look at him. He's walking.
The right back and the other centre back are in there. The left back is nowhere to be found.
He's completely out of it.
The defensive midfielders,
they are all out of the picture.
Maybe they weren't chasing for
one pass.
Just one pass. You see, yes, the one pass got them, they were all flat-footed. But I'm looking at the recovery. Yeah. You can only recover better when there's fitness.
That's a good point.
Look, it is not magic.
Even this one.
Look again. Look again.
The same one as the one.
It, and that empty net would have passed it there. So if you are a Ketekreku, if you are a Prosper Ado, if you are any of the people sitting on the ESCO of our game, you should be saying that, goodness me, what have we done to our team? This is the champions of Ghana being completely humiliated and embarrassed. These people played a league match on when? On Thursday.
Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
Yeah.
They played a league match on Wednesday. So they played game number 6. We haven't kicked a ball yet.
Wow.
So Hasselhoff is using the Champions League as pre-season.
Can you
What sort of managers? What sort of people? And the most annoying part of it is that the people at the FA saw the need to organize a Division 1
Super League
pre-season Super Cup for them. They couldn't organize a top 4 tournament for Hasselhoff, Kotoko, Wafa, and Bidiama, the first 4 teams in our league. We couldn't put together a very good competition to get the champions of Ghana fit and ready to go and compete at this level. Look at the disgrace. Is this how to bring back the love?
No, seriously.
Is that how to bring back the love?
It's a legit question.
How do you bring back the love when you treat people like this? And you see, for me, look, somebody called me and virtually said, I am too nigger. I said, look, man, I don't do my things like every other Ghanaian. If I see the tax ahead, I ask myself, what do I need to do to compete? You are not doing the things that will enable you to compete.
You are hoping that.
But you are hoping and praying. What am I praying? We all pray. Do you pray more than the people in Morocco?
But okay, so that's one side of the argument. Somebody else would say, okay, beyond all of that, I mean, if there was competition, there's no guarantee that Hasselhoff would win.
No, it's not so offensive. It's not about winning.
It wasn't about winning. You have given yourself the best chance. Create
the conditions.
The best condition and allow the rest to flow. That is why we pray. If we should all go and sleep in our house. When it's time for football, we'll come and play.
Yeah. Interesting point. You're watching Scorecard on Citi TV. I've got lots of your messages. Lots of you have very interesting comments coming to you on Twitter with the hashtag Scorecard. Also on WhatsApp, +233 550 585 My name is Fenton Tahiri Fenton. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a very short break. We'll be back. I'll read some messages and we'll start showing you highlights from Europe. You're watching Scorecard on Citi TV. Let me read some of your messages from. Begin from the messages on Twitter coming through. The hashtag Scorecard is actually trending number 3 now already. So keep your messages coming. Let's keep the conversation going. Nana Kwame says, now Man U should compare themselves to Chelsea and let me see. Kojo Halifax says, I'm very sure Coach aka TT is not feeling good tonight. He says he's good. Don't worry. Tonsu Lonely says, to be a Ghanaian, a United fan and a House of Folk fan today is equal to carrying the cross of Jesus. Papa Kwesi says, hey, House of Folk today chop 6. Ket Okreku GFA. The GPL should have started at the beginning of October at least. Could have prepared us well. See the difference. We always don't prepare enough to enable us compete, but we expect wonders. We are miles behind. Baba Mohammed says, okay. Let me skip that Baba Mohammed message and go to Kofi Richard, who says, Coach Nimley is really trying. I feel for him. You can see the sadness in his presentation, but he's being professional. Interesting. Some of the things that go on behind the scenes, some of you don't even know. So, Daniel Bystar says, God bless Coach Nimley, who's... well, God bless Coach Nimley. Those governing our football are poor. And then he said they are poor like Oli and they'll never learn. Interesting. Daniel Danso said, if you look at WAC's previous videos, that is how they play in open defenses. I think is that the GFA and government have failed all of us. Look at the pitch they played on and compare it to the one in Accra. The Super says, Fent, bleeding is the process of conceding 5 goals in less than 60 minutes of football in the red jersey with a goat bought to celebrate Salah at Old Trafford. Ellie Fearless says, I must say, Fentu and his team at City Sports have done so well. Gone were the days when we had to wait till Monday night for Commander Yawa to show us highlights of games. Today we can get all the highlights and even quality analysis on Sunday night. Interesting. Times have changed. So we are all evolving. Shaq says, Wumpagra says, sometimes I wish the United legends would be honest like Coach Nimley and just accept that Oli isn't good enough to manage the club. If it was Coach, the way he will give it to Ole, but Coach, please imitate Ronaldo's kick today. I want to check something.
You should come and lie down. You come and lie down. You come and lie down. They are both here. Teacher, why you want me to imitate? Come and lie down. Because generally, Adana was like,
Shark Wumpagra. He said you should come and lie down. He will imitate it for you. Kisi says, even though that recovery was bad on the part of the players, that goal was clear offside. Interesting. Chris says, we are tired of Ole. Please, Coach, I beg, don't say anything about Ole. Everybody now knows why he needs to be sacked. Interesting. Dangote Donu says, I have been of the view that football in Ghana should be halted for some 2 years for an overhaul. Our local football has been declining for a decade, he says. Eddie sends me a long message, says he wants me to read some very interesting commentary from Peter Drury on the United Liverpool game. Fortunately, we don't have that much time to read all of that. Patron says, I concur with Danny K. I was not happy with the lineup as well. Interesting. All right. Let me read a few more. This one is from Tofik Saifa, who says, today the Theatre of Dreams has now been converted into a training ground by Liverpool. Also, the GOAT Man United board has been used for Salah meat. Interesting message. Eugene Elikem Hotspot says, good evening, guys. At this point, if you have a United friend, check on him or her because they are going through it. They were beating good. That's interesting. Ellie Watson says, friend, I want you to ask Coach Nimley if this is the United team that is coming to face Chelsea. Tell him that I said he should prepare for additional 5 goals like they received today. I just feel he's paying wow. He says, Omanya Dekora, not Chelsea. So don't worry. This message from Ike, tweeting at Stillphobia, says, please, no one should blame House of Folk for losing. Instead, blame the FA for not giving us the league matches their Moroccan counterparts had under their sleeves. a couple more. Hello, Fed. This is a message from King Candy. I had a good Sunday, and I guess you did too. You know what I mean. Mohammed take United, then take goat light soup for Salah. Homan Joshua says, I'll be refreshing my phone till I see the update that Ole has been sacked. And Emmanuel Pola says, if Ole is still at the helm of affairs at United by the close of this week, I'll switch from Man United to Brentford. Well, the newest Brentford supporter in town, welcome to the team. I'm quite sure you'll be supporting them very soon. But let's take you to England now. The biggest game of the week happened at Old Trafford. It was where Liverpool, the biggest rivals to Man United, came to town. And it was expected to be a very competitive game. In the end, it wasn't. A very one-sided affair that was won by Liverpool Football Club. United humiliated at their own home grounds. All right, so there you had it. Old Trafford completely demolished, completely taken apart. I just have one question. Christopher, what happened?
You need to give me the rest of the program.
Let's begin with the tactics. You've never been one to be impressed with the tactics of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Look, he did something that he started with on Wednesday. 4-2-4.
Okay.
4 at the back, McFred, and then 4 up front. And if you've got 2 centre backs who are both struggling, one clearly started the season very well, got injured, calf, came back, rushed back, struggling for fitness.
Yeah.
You don't go 4-2-4. If you're going 4, look, go back and watch the first 5 minutes. All United needed to do was to keep their shape. And Liverpool, they were rather there for the taking. They were rather there. And if this coach, you see, Solskjaer is so stubborn. Look, I have never seen a stubborn manager like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. McFred, Fred and McTominay. Everybody sees it. Something that is so clear. The obvious, everybody sees it. But Solskjaer alone comes to the press conference and say McFred are his number 1 choice. What is the problem with these 2 guys?
Who is McFred?
Oh, Fred and Scott McTominay.
So the 2 together.
McFred. McFred.
Okay.
Everybody sees that. You see the problem with these 2 guys? They are always doing this.
Lateral.
Very flat. So one ball takes, anytime there's a pass, it takes the 2 of them out of the game simultaneously. Yeah. One would have thought that if Manchester United is going on their attack, they should be doing this or that.
Right.
If Fred is going, McTominay should stay and have a view of what is going on. Rather, he also foolishly or intentionally or not. So what is it? That is one point.
Okay.
How on earth can you, in such a big game, where you know that Liverpool themselves will come with a very high press, and you don't go into the game with the best passer of the ball in your team? Looking at the genuine pace and proper goal-scoring threat we had, Man United had as well, attacking threat.
Okay.
You decided not to start Paul Pogba. I thought he should have just gone back to the game on Wednesday and saw the influence of Pogba when he came on against Atalanta. Where he took out one of the McFred combo, which was Mick or Scott McTominay. Oh no. He took Mick out, kept Fred in there, added Pogba to him, and told Bruno Fernandes that, look, drop and make it a solid 3-man midfield.
Yeah.
So the Liverpool came with who? Milner,
Henderson,
Naby Keita.
How does this midfield come and play out, please?
And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer thinks that Paul Pogba cannot bully, cannot dominate. Does he know the sort of midfield that Pogba dominates?
It's not even that. That is, he looks at that, he puts Pogba there, he runs fast, he runs
the show with Pogba and then Bruno Fernandes and Mick Alfred, one of them. So you tell Bruno that, look, don't pull off, just stay with them. Let's draw these guys and then let's come. He's not learned anything at all. And look, for Sir Alex Ferguson to have left the stadium today whilst the game was ongoing,
that was something.
I will be shocked if Solskjaer survived this job beyond tomorrow's evening. Every United fan is expecting the man to be sacked latest by 12 midday tomorrow.
You're the last time you're finishing it. Is that Wednesday evening?
No, I said we'll lose on Wednesday evening.
But they didn't lose.
And Liverpool will beat us good. Wednesday evening, look, the reason why United didn't lose is because Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't want to go and play in the Europa Cup.
He can't play in the
You heard the story that came at halftime. He spoke, Charlie, why? This is Atlanta. We are united. We are playing at Atlanta as if you are ashamed of them.
He gave another speech.
Come on, let's go bully these guys. Ronaldo, look at the headed goal he scored. No player in the world will score that headed goal. Because the way where the defenders were, I thought he had headed the ball together with the head of the defender.
So that had nothing to do with Ole.
At all. At all. What?
Individual brilliance.
And you see him, when the coach is doing this, the players themselves are confused. What sort of tactical? What is that? How do you send out a tactical message like that?
What's the message?
You have to explain. I'm confused. I couldn't see.
But Benitez used to do it.
When he does this, tactically it means if you are a defender, make sure you're always behind the ball so that you see.
Yes.
Do they go and watch all the goals that United
It is this.
Rather, the two DM, McFred combo, they were always in front of the ball. What sort of coaching is this?
Yeah.
Your two DMs protecting your back four. Even on the look, this was what Eko did, and I substituted him. In
the City versus TV.
In the City versus TV. That's what he did.
After 2 minutes,
we had considered a throw. You are in midfield. Instead of you to go behind the ball, you were standing in front of the ball. Eko, change. Eko, change.
You were shocked.
I said, come and sit down. What is that? You understand? So if I was the one, McFred, come on, look. I am praying hard. As for Van der Beek, he's not leaving United though. Because
another coach will use him.
I beg you, yeah.
What language is that?
Charlie. Look, I beg you, man. Look. Let me tell you something. If he doesn't get the sack
by tomorrow evening,
if Solskjaer were to last this week, I'm no longer a United supporter until he's sacked. I'm telling you. Do you know
so long as so you're making a declaration. So long as only
Solskjaer is in charge
from now onwards.
Do you know the team I'm going to support?
Which team? Which team are you? Which team are you going to support? Which team are you moving to? Chelsea.
I will support my wife's team.
Chelsea. You never moving to Chelsea.
No, I say for so long as only.
Now he's in charge.
No, I had to call Mrs. Nimley that, look, I'm sad. If I come home, you better help me out. It's a problem, no. Don't laugh. It's a problem. I feel because in total alote,
oh goodness me,
I am guaranteeing at least a bit of joy.
That's right. Because it's unfair. Your wife has been getting all the joy.
I have to better associate with her so that in total alote, you always have joy.
We can close the show now.
Only will kill me, my brother.
Radike, please, briefly on United because we need to show other matches. See, there's even tears in your eyes. Please, somebody give me a tissue.
This is bad.
Flo, give me a tissue. We need to clean Daniel's face.
Yeah.
You see,
A number of the goals, and it's just the first goal I want to highlight, the Naby Keita goal.
Okay.
Once again, shows the reactionary defense I was talking about when it comes to Man Utd.
Let's see the first goal.
Reactionary defense literally means that they are not drilled.
We should take it back.
We should take it back.
Take it back a bit more.
They are not drilled for the situation. Look at this. Now just pause it here.
Pause it here. Look at McFred.
If you can go back just a bit.
Look at McFred.
Just a bit.
Rewind a little bit.
Just a little bit.
There you go.
At this particular point in time, McTominay is supposed to be in his own half. That is the DM's job.
That is Fred. Look at him, Fred.
Both of them in the same line. At least one of them should be behind,
in front of the ball.
Look, and what happens is that because of McTominay's lack of positioning,
you keep it here. Look at the two of them.
Maguire is now forced. Look at Maguire. He's leaving Salah to come and cover up for McFred. If McFred was in position and Fred, or in fact, if both of them were in position,
right,
Maguire would not need to vacate that position.
I mean, that's a centre back.
So now let's play it and watch what is going to happen. Maguire now vacates the position. Salah is free. Shaw is forced to now come and cover for Maguire, and he leaves Naby Keita free, and it's a goal.
We've seen this before, haven't we?
Reactive defending.
Because there's no plan. They are literally going out there and look, reaction. Wherever the ball
look at the other go to. Look at McFred.
Why is Maguire tackling Shaw?
Because McFred is Charlie. Look,
another point. If you watch the game against Atalanta, this is the same goal United conceded. Yes. Do you know why? When you are defending, at least one centre back should tackle the near post when the other one is looking for a possible cutback. Either the DM who is in the box or the centre back looking for a possible cutback. Against Atalanta, Pasalic's goal, none of them moved to cover the first post. Both Maguire and Lindelof chalk back just before
that they will be blocking the cutback.
A cutback will come in, and nobody made that move. Pasalic went in and put in the ball in the back of the net. This goal, the exact same thing. Lindelof should have moved in. But you see, all these things, it is coaching. You rehearse them at the training ground. You build them into muscle memory. So it becomes a part of you. Clearly, they don't know what they are about. They are just walking on the pitch. It's like KG. It's like what we went to do against TV3. We call ourselves on a Friday night and we say we are going to play football. And now somebody has to be sitting there. Oh, do this, do this. They don't even understand themselves on the pitch.
I spoke from minute 1. I had to quote from minute 1 to the end.
No. Including the 5 minute, except the 5 minute break.
I had to take that break.
You resign from the team.
I said I won't coach again. What sort of players are these?
In the middle of the game, of course, for 5 minutes.
These my players. When I talk, they don't hear.
And your TD2 was ill advising you.
As for that technical director, I will change him. Have you seen the head coach change his technical director?
All right, guys. Let me take you to Brighton against Man City. City are defending champions of the league. They visited Brighton, made light work of them, winning by 4-1, with Phil Foden getting a brace. What a game. What a result for Chelsea Football Club. So that result took them top of the table. Of course, Man City also won. But Chelsea now outright leaders of the Premier League table. We'll take another short break here. When we come back, we'll take you around Europe, Germany, France maybe, if possible. But then, definitely Italy. And then, of course, some Spain, El Clasico to show you. Plus some more of your messages here on Scorecard. All right, you're watching Scorecard on Citi TV. We are on the home stretch of the show. Another 30 minutes or so to wrap this up. Let me read messages, this time from WhatsApp. Lots of messages have come through on WhatsApp as well, but keep them coming on Twitter as well. The hashtag is Scorecard. The show is trending. A lot of you can't help it. Christopher Nimley is cracking everybody up here. Good evening, Scorecard. I love Ole very much. He's the best coach ever for Man United. Long live Ole. Special greetings to my good friends Christopher and Daniel. I hope they are feeling good. That's a message from No Name. Please add your names to the messages. Ghanaian Premier League teams were cheated for House of Folk to win the league. Now they have seen the disgrace they have brought to this country. King George at King George. Some of these things you need to stop. You need to stop. House of Folk won the league. That's all. You don't have any evidence of the league being cheated for them. Let's not encourage that. I'm a Jace Tomata from Teshi Green Hotel. He says Barcelona and United need new managers. He says Citi, big up. Elvis in Sotom says, what a quality football from Wydad have really defined the kind of league we play in here. Aloko James from Mirgo in Navrongo says, always praying for Sunday to come because of scorecard. You guys are doing well. Triple R going today for anyone who supports Hearts, Man U and Barca. That's true. This one says, this is from Carl in Tamar. He says, I began listening to Citi FM because of Nathan Carl, even though I'm a Chelsea fan. And honestly, those United fans that insulted him when he said about 3 years ago that Ole was not the man for the job should come out and apologize immediately. But I'm happy for him. He's been vindicated. Interesting. Rich from Secondi says, not a bad performance from Barca. I believe this Barca team can do better with times. And then he says, Sky FC also did the West proud. Big shout out to them. I happily dedicate today's show to Christopher. 5 and 6 here and there. Shout out to Danny Cole and teacher Ima inside Secondi Zongo. Foster Degel, or is it Degley? Says, good evening, Citi TV. Please, I want to find out from coach. Will United still win the EPL? How could a coach of Man U behave like a class 1 manager? Interesting. Namely, will United still win the EPL?
With Ole. Let's go on.
Ed Vego from Casablanca said, I mean, how on earth can you do call-ups, inviting many locally based players, talk less of players from Police Ladies and Ampimdakwa Ladies, then you only invite just 2 players from the current champion, Hazakis Ladies? I mean, how is that possible? Arrogance will kill our local coaches. Interesting. Message from Ed. PSG is the most overrated team of all time. They are not good at all. George, watching from Takwa, I must say it will be better. My darling club has a full clause, but I know we will do well when the Premier League begins. Still phobia masters. That's a message from Jonas Atadankwa from OT region. Just this one is from Patience from Cove Town. He says, or she says, which is it? Patience, is it a male name or female name?
Female.
Female. Okay. So Patience says, Chelsea drew 1-1 with Liverpool with 10 men, but United considered 5 goals with 11 men before Pogba was sent off, and Scholes said Chelsea has the weakest defense. Well, in Tuchel we trust. You know, I honestly have never understood that comment from Paul Scholes, because whether in personnel or even in shape, Chelsea don't have the weakest, certainly not the weakest defense among the top 6 in the Premier League. Surely not. Have you seen the Spurs defense? Goodness me. This one said, good evening, coach. Your prophetic words on United came to pass. 4 more for Ole to do more. I'm Kabobo from TMC 25. Tema Community 25. This message says, this is from Sadiq in Nima. It says, Chelsea, Man City and Liverpool will compete for the EPL this season, and Man U will go for the 4 or 5 this season. All right, interesting. This one says, and coach, can you give me the team that is going to win the league this season? Coach is not a prophet now. Coach, you are in the prophecy business.
I think Man City will win it. I think Man City will win it.
Well, what do you want him to say?
Chelsea, who are clearly at the top now. Anyway, let's move it on. Samuel, don't say what you want to say.
No comment.
Samuel Atiogwi says, but I'm enjoying your show here at Asing Basofin Ningo in the Asing North District. Tell coach it shall be well. Ole will improve, he says. So, namely, keep hope alive. This one says, good evening, friend. I'm Maruf from Kaduna in Nigeria. Ole is tactically clueless, Maruf says. Coach Nimulu will do better with this current United team.
Far better. Far better.
You will.
I win the league. What? What? Oh, Charlie.
I like the way you say it.
Look, if I'm the head coach, no McFred. They come nowhere close to the team.
Who comes there?
Van der Beek and Paul Pogba.
Actually.
Then Bruno Fernandes.
Who does the defensive duties in that?
Van der Beek, just sit there and use your common sense. Pass it forward. Finish. Don't exert yourself.
But he needs to win tackles too.
He will win tackles. he will win it.
Oh, okay.
You've not seen him win tackles, isn't it?
I have, but not at the rate that champions.
I will just pull him, put him there. Lindelof will not get closer to the team. If I'm playing against a stubborn team, I play Varane, Maguire, and Eribeyi and Strawberry. Sensation.
Sensation.
Whoever shows
Sensation. Oh, you finished with
Maruf's message continues, and he says, I hope coach is feeling good. Oh, Charlie, House of Full Clause against WAC simply shows that the North Africans are way ahead of us. Something has to be done to avoid this sort of embarrassment, you say. All right. Good evening, Fentu, and your guests on Scorecard, Coach and Daniel. I'm sure Chelsea will win the EPL this season, but please, Fentu, tell Coach and all Man U fans that Ole is going nowhere. That's Prince Indom Faisal from Wa. He sent that message. Danilo in Akimauda says, House of Folk have saved Ole's job by equaling the scoreline on aggregate. Interesting. And this one says, we the proud supporters of Man United are giving the management of United the ultimatum to sack Ole by the end of October. Can you give ultimatum? Fred, if you want to give ultimatum, then you go and sack him. Anyway, let's continue. Let me show you some more highlights, of course. And there's quite a lot of them, but this time around, in fact, before that, let me show you the full results from the Premier League this weekend. See, if you missed any game, there you see confirmation. Arsenal 3-1 winners, Chelsea 7-0, Palace drew 1-0 with Newcastle, Leeds United and Wolves same scoreline. Watford somehow beat Everton 5-2. It was a cracking game of football. Southampton 2 can't win a game this season. Not sure what's going on with them. 2-2 against Burnley. City's result confirmed 4-1. West Ham, again, my brother, namely, your bearded coach. They played so well in the first half. The second half, they completely lost it. West Ham beating them in that London derby. Brentford, after what they did against Chelsea, lost at home to Leicester City, who definitely came with the momentum from that victory against United last weekend to secure that victory. And then the last game of the round, United losing at home to Liverpool by 5-0. So Chelsea top of the league at the moment. All right, let's go to Spain. Show you El Clasico. Real Madrid, Barcelona, they took on each other. Barcelona played at home. Real Madrid won easily, really, by 2-1. All right, Daniel, talk me through this. The first El Clasico.
This would have changed the game. Serginho Dest had no business missing this opportunity. Because, you know, these games are also, they come down to momentum and they come down to who wants it more. You score this one goal, it can change the face of the game. But look, tactically, Real Madrid were clearly superior in this game. They have the better players, they have a better manager, and they show their class. Look at the movement in the build-up to this goal. Alaba moving from his centre-back position through the run into a goal-scoring position. He never stopped running. Watch him. He never ever stopped running. Kept going, and got the ball in the back of the net in brilliant style. But look, this Barcelona team will need time. We say it all the time. Look, they are young, they are inexperienced. It will take time for them to be able to compete with the likes of Real Madrid, who are clearly up there. Real Madrid didn't have a good season last season, but it took Atletico the last day to be able to win the title. That's how competitive this Real Madrid team is. So look, it was always going to be difficult for Barcelona, but you have to give them credit also for the way they played this game. They had their fair number of chances, and I'm saying it, look, that Serginho Dest chance would easily have changed this game, would have put a lot of pressure on Real Madrid. But look, goalkeeper should have done better, and the defender should also have done better in this situation. He clearly had it covered. I don't know how he stood there for Vasquez to come behind him and knock the ball in the back of the net.
Interesting. Namely, you are a firm believer that this Barca team would come good.
Yeah, they'll come
Koeman
good.
is being under pressure a lot in the last few weeks.
Yes.
This certainly wouldn't help that.
It won't help it, but at the end of the day, the people running this team should look at the team where the team find themselves at the moment and set a target. I think a reasonable target for this Barcelona team is to qualify for the Champions League. Yeah. I don't have a doubt they will achieve that because, look, they're sort of a youthful...
They're currently ninth.
Yeah, they are ninth. I think they have a game in hand as well. Mm-hmm. If they were to win that, to push them up, there are certain games you expect them to win. Well, hopefully, Kun Aguero will stay fit a bit more so that he can share the responsibility alongside with Memphis Depay going forward. With Kun Aguero, a fit Kun Aguero, they know they have another genuine goal threat and the likes of PK will have to just tighten up at the back. Once they create a chance, Kun Aguero. And
interesting. So Barca will come good. We'll see. Let me show you full results from La Liga this weekend. La Liga, interestingly, Sociedad won, so they are top of La Liga at the moment, and it's not pretty for some teams. So Osasuna and Granada won 1-1. Valencia against Mallorca 2-0. This was a very interesting game because Mallorca were 2-0 up. They were cruising. Baba Idrisu was playing like prime Xavi, and somehow they allowed Valencia to come back into the game.
A red card in that game.
Yeah.
They got a red card. And I think it was a very disappointing game because they had it under control.
They really did.
Even after the red card.
Yeah.
And then last minute, they allowed 2 silly goals. First one, Guedes was unmarked. He had a free chance on goal. And the last minute of the game, they lost concentration and Valencia came back to it.
Yeah. I remember, watched that. Cadiz losing at home to Alaves. Elche and Espanyol 2-2 draw. Bilbao and Villarreal. Bilbao winning 2-1. Cracking game, 8-goal thriller between Sevilla and Levante. Sevilla are currently second, third actually in La Liga, behind Sociedad and Real Madrid. Barcelona's result against Madrid confirmed their Betis and Rayo Vallecano. Betis winning 3-2. Sociedad won. Actually, they drew, with 2-2. Atletico Madrid 2-2. So it's taking them back to the top of La Liga. On better goal difference.
It took a 2-0 lead.
Atletico came back in it. So Sociedad are top of La Liga, followed by Real Madrid, and then Sevilla. And Barcelona all the way down in 9th position. Very interesting times. All right. How about take you to Germany now, and then show you Borussia Dortmund's game against Arminia Bielefeld. Jude Bellingham scored in that 3-1 victory. Take a look. All right, so just the Jude Bellingham goal there. But the youngster has a lot of... his future is quite bright.
He's a proper player.
Yeah.
At this age, 17 or
18.
17, 18 years?
18 years.
Oh, and his height, his
this
physique,
boy...
He reminds me of Patrick Vieira.
Yeah.
At his peak. And look, he can only get better.
This boy and the Musiala boy.
Trouble.
Hey.
And Bellingham didn't even get a look in the Euros.
He didn't.
A
lot of people predicted that he should have started, like that he was going to be a starter.
Even it's the final that worried me because you could tell the Italians were tired and they needed somebody with that ability.
Yeah.
And Southgate keep bringing players who would just pass and move. These people, some of them, they have problems.
All right. Bayern Munich, they took on Hoffenheim. Serge Gnabry can't stop scoring. Scored the opener in a 4-0 victory. All right, easy peasy. Well, there you go. Serge Gnabry, Robert Lewandowski, Choupo-Moting, and Coleman, ensuring that they got a very comfortable victory against Hoffenheim. Let me show you the full results of the Bundesliga this weekend. There you go. So Mainz also beat Augsburg 4-1. Bayern's result there. Leipzig won against Greuther Fürth by 4-1. Wolfsburg, they lost at home to Freiburg. Bielefeld against Dortmund, and the 3-1 for Dortmund. Hertha Berlin also beat Mönchengladbach by 1-0. Cologne and Leverkusen drawing 2-0. And Stuttgart and Union Berlin also drawing 1-1. All right. Okay, so the Bundesliga is looking quite competitive for now. The two of them are separated by a point.
It will remain like that. Then when Bayern Munich meets the direct competitor,
Dortmund, the title challengers,
wallop them like 4, 5, 6, and then the gap begins to widen. That's the way it's always been for the past.
Yeah, it is. That is the surprising thing.
Whether it's at the Signal Iduna or the Allianz Arena, it will still be 4, 5, 6.
They'll beat them 4, 5, 6, and then they'll go and win the league.
They treat them like Hoffenheim.
Yeah,
incredible stuff. All right, so Bundesliga looks like a straight fight between Bayern and Dortmund until it's not. Usually, it's what happens. What about Italy? There's some race going on there, of course. One of the teams involved in the race is AC Milan. They've had Zlatan Ibrahimovic back for a couple of weeks now. He was in action. He was, and I mean in action. He scored 2 goals either end in a fascinating 4-2 victory against Bologna. All right, so they won 4-2, but I was far from comfortable for AC Milan, of course. there was a big game that ended a few hours ago. The biggest game in Italy. They call it Derby d'Italia. That's the game between Inter Milan and Juventus. It's always a cracking game of football. This time around, it ended 1-1. Take a look at the highlights. Okay, we don't have that just yet. So let me show you the full results from the Serie A this weekend. There you go. So Juventus and Inter Milan ended 1-1. And then Fiorentina also winning 3-0 against Cagliari. Verona winning 4-1 against Lazio. That's the biggest surprise results of the weekend. Nobody saw that coming. How do you beat Roma and then a week later you go and lose to Verona by 4-1? I mean, it makes no sense, but that's the situation. AS Roma drew 0-0 with Napoli, and Jose Mourinho got sent off in that particular match. Jose is very frustrated, especially after his team took 6 in midweek. They drew 0-0, and then he got sent off in the process. Sassuolo also beating Venezia by 3-1, and Empoli beating Salernitana away from home 4-2. The rest of the results, you see them. Turin beating Genoa 3-2 there as well. So very interesting.
That's a good look. It's a good result for Roma.
It was
first team not to lose against Napoli this season. Napoli are that good, and we understand the state that AS Roma are in. Of course, for a lot of people, because Jose Mourinho is in charge, they expect certain level of results. But if you look at the personnel that he has at his disposal, it's not the best out there. And if you compare to the competitors he has in the Serie A, you don't expect him to be finishing the top 4, top 2. No, it's not going to happen. It will take a miracle to be able to do that. So I think it's a quality start that they've made. It's a positive start. Of course, with Mourinho, you can always do better. And we just hope that he's able to stamp his authority on this team. Because the talking and the back and forth has started a bit too early in the season, especially after the 6-1 defeat. He was saying a lot of things. Of course, he's got sent off again.
That the other team was better than his team. I mean, it may be fact, but some things are better off left unsaid. Anyway, so Napoli top of the Serie A table, 25 points. Milan also have 25 points, so they're level on points. And then Inter Milan have 18, followed by Roma with 16. So Napoli seem to be cruising at the moment. Namely, Jose is your favorite coach. What happened in midweek was not too great, but Daniel says this was a good result.
Of course, against Napoli, it was a good result. Because, look, we have seen Napoli play throughout the season. At a point, they were the only team in Europe to have won every game. And for them to have at least held their own against a team that is unsung, you want to give them credit. But I want to believe that the people in charge of Roma should clearly look at this manager and say, look, we have one of the very best managers in the game. I'm hoping that he can steer them to Champions League football. Because don't forget, they lost a renowned, established goal scorer in the Serie A in Dzeko. And they've gone to bring Tammy Abraham to replace him. If you ask me,
that's nuts.
That's a downgrade.
Of course, it is. With whatever Dzeko used to do for them, it's like he's taken away 60% of the goals of the team. And this is what Jose have to work with. So if he's able to steer them into Champions League for next season, they really have to show proper investment in this team, from defense to midfield to attack, because the manager is that good and he understands the Serie A better and he can lead them to go to. But also, what happened in midweek, that was the Conference League. Such things do happen at times. You don't want to
Bodo Glimt.
You don't want to read too much money into that.
Jose certainly did. Wasn't very happy. In Formula One, if you're a big fan, well, Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen went head-to-head. It was a crazy race, but in the end, Hamilton couldn't overtake Verstappen in those last 2 or so laps, even though he gave it all. Even had DRS at some point, but it didn't happen, obviously. And Max Verstappen wins that. 6 more races to go. The gap widening quite a bit at the moment. But I've got more messages. Lots of you are commenting on Christopher Nimley's switch to Chelsea. I'll take a few messages on that subject before we wrap it up. A lot of people are tweeting at me saying that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been sacked. I'm looking at Even I'm looking at Sky Sports right now, and I'm looking for confirmation because honestly, we can't sit here and then say Ole has been sacked. Where's my producer? Find it for me. Has Ole been sacked or not? You can't be letting me be searching for it on the internet. So thank you very much. Ole has not been sacked. Everybody is searching for Sky Sports. We can't see anything. Ole is still in charge, and namely is a Chelsea supporter. So let me read the messages on there. Parkour Mayor says, Christopher Nimley said Christian Nimley.
Don't read his message.
What?
Read the next message.
His name is Christopher, not Christian. All right, more message. Okay. All right, sure. Somebody is reminding me that Pulisic also scored a hat-trick against Burnley. So it's not only man that has scored a hat-trick after Eden Hazard. Okay, interesting. Niankra says, Partey had a good game this weekend. Amate was also good and was on a winning side. Salusi was solid at the back too, except that the Saints conceded 2 goals. And then great showing from our Ghanaians in the EPL. All right. Double Darling says, Fred and McTominay are in possession of Ole's sex tape. He fears they may release it if he decides to bench them.
We call them McFred.
Ole's integrity is at stake. That's why. And Okizito says, whatever you do, don't ever let Christopher Nimley go. He's a treasure. He's a gem. Top guy. All right. Niankra says, Chelsea and United and the whole ASU fans were fervently anticipating United to come out on top in the game. You should have seen their faces when we were 4 goals up in the first half. I'm sure he's a Liverpool fan, obviously. Perry. George Perry says, nah, Christopher Nimley for president. I can't take it anymore. Fentio Tahiru for campaign manager. I'll gladly take the position. Mr. Bones says, first in history, Ole is the first manager to let Christopher Nimley make a declaration on national television of not being a United supporter till the good manager is fired.
Yes, until
Mrs.
he's fired.
Nimley has to put you on 2 months probation before accepting you.
She will go to her father quick. Who mean 2 months probation? What are you talking about? 2 months promotion.
You take care of your father.
Quick. Decay.
That is so wrong. Oh, goodness. This Faustina said, I've had a good laugh this evening because of Coach Nimley. Everybody, okay. Tawila Kohli, Yahya Kohli says, oh, Coach, we love you so much. The fan side of Scorecard remains your bona fide property. You're such a delight on the show. And messages are there plenty. But obviously, we've come to the end of the show. Our time is up. Thank you very much.
I wish the guy who said I should
he wants to also Ronaldo's cake.
The way I would have blasted.
It's been a lovely show. Thank you for all of your messages on WhatsApp and all of your messages on Twitter as well. It's always been a great pleasure coming your way with this program. Thank you, Christopher.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you, Daniel Cranting. Thank you to my producers, my directors, all the cameramen and the floor managers here as well. It's been a lovely show. It's been nice coming your way. Show repeats Mondays, 1 p.m. So tell a friend to tell a friend. If you missed it, you can catch the repeat there. It will be up on YouTube as well. Check out our YouTube channel, Citi Sports Ghana, for all the interesting bits and the full show. That will be up Monday as well. Until next time, my name is Fentio Tahiru Fentio. Keep watching Citi TV. Take care and bye-bye.